Picture this. It is 3 a.m. The house is completely silent. You are deep in the most amazing, peaceful sleep of your life. And then, out of nowhere, you feel it. A sudden, heavy pressure right on your stomach, then another step on your chest, and finally, a paw pressing directly into your windpipe. You open your eyes, and there it is. A glowing pair of eyes staring directly into your soul in the dark. Your cat has decided that right now, in the middle of the night, your body is a walking path. Have you ever experienced this? Does your cat treat you like a human trampoline when you are just trying to get some rest? Think about it. Do you think they are doing it just to be annoying? Are they secretly plotting your demise? Or did your cat just suddenly break? Well, my friends, grab a cup of coffee to cure that sleep deprivation. Because today we are uncovering the secret truth behind the midnight catwalk. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what your fluffy hooligan is trying to tell you. But before we get into the secrets, I want to know who is watching. Head down to the comments right now and tell me the name of your cat and exactly what time they usually decide to wake you up. Let's see who has the earliest alarm clock. Before we can judge our cats for their terrible nighttime manners, we need to understand a little bit about who they really are. You see, under that soft fur and cute little pink nose beats the heart of a tiny, wild apex predator. We look at them and see a baby. They look in the mirror and see a fierce tiger. One of the biggest things to remember is that cats are naturally crepuscular. That is a fancy science word that basically means they are most active during the twilight hours, specifically dawn and dusk. In the wild, this is when their prey is out, so this is when their hunting instincts kick into high gear. While we humans are biologically programmed to shut down when it gets dark, your cat's internal engine is just revving up. On top of that, cats are opportunistic survivors. They view their environment, which includes your bedroom, as their own personal kingdom. Every piece of furniture, every blanket, and yes, every sleeping human, is just a part of their territory. So, when your cat is roaming the house at night, they aren't thinking, "Oh, I shouldn't wake up the human." They are thinking, "I am patrolling my estate, and this large warm lump in the middle of the bed is entirely mine to conquer." Keep this wild ancestry in mind as we decode the 20 reasons your cat uses you as a nighttime stepping stone. Let's start with the most obvious, the most common, and the most universally understood reason, the feline starvation myth. You know exactly what I am talking about. It is 3:15 in the morning. You are deep in the REM cycle, dreaming peacefully. Suddenly, a heavy, four-legged potato drops directly onto your spleen. Your cat is standing on you, staring into your soul. Why? Because according to their dramatic internal clock, they have not eaten in 700 years. Or, well, since dinner. In the wild, a cat's ancestors would hunt multiple small meals throughout the day and the night. Our pampered indoor lions still have that exact same wiring. When they walk all over your chest, applying maximum pressure to your most sensitive organs, they are essentially hitting the dispense food button on your life. They know that if they annoy you enough, step on you enough, and maybe add a little pathetic meow, you will eventually drag yourself out of your warm bed just to make it stop. And let's be honest, we all fall for it. We stumble into the kitchen, half asleep, open that can of wet food, and what do? They take 2 tiny bites and walk away. But the mission was accomplished. They trained you well. So, the next time your furry tyrant steps on your stomach at night, realize you are just a victim of the world's most adorable, manipulative alarm clock. Now let us talk about the concept of ownership. When your cat walks on you, they might be saying, "This human is mine." You see, cats are highly territorial creatures, and they navigate the world largely through scent. Have you ever noticed your cat rubbing their cheeks on the corners of walls, or on your legs? They have special scent glands there. But did you know they also have scent glands right between their little toe beans? Yes, those adorable paws are basically little stamps of ownership. When your cat is pacing back and forth across your legs or your chest in the middle of the night, They are actually depositing their unique pheromones all over you. They are marking their territory. In the cat world, they are leaving an invisible sign that says, "Back off, other cats. This large, warm servant belongs to me." It is actually a huge compliment, even if it feels incredibly annoying at 4 in the morning. They love you enough to want to claim you. They want to make sure that even while you are unconscious, the rest of the animal kingdom knows that you are spoken for. So, the next time you feel those little paws pressing into your thighs, just remember, you are not being trampled. You are being officially branded with love. You are officially their property, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. Reason number 3 is all about biology and the desperate quest for warmth. Let's call them the midnight heat vampires. Did you know that a cat's normal body temperature is actually higher than a human's? While our body temperature sits right around 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, a cat runs hotter, usually between 100.5 and 102.5 degrees. Because their baseline is hotter, they have to work harder to maintain that temperature, especially when the house cools down at night. So, what is the best, most efficient, and most luxurious heat source in the entire house? You guessed it. You. You are basically a giant, breathing biological radiator that conveniently wraps itself in soft blankets. When your cat walks on you at night, they are often on a reconnaissance mission. They are testing the surface area, feeling the heat rising through the duvet, and trying to find the absolute warmest spot to settle down. Often this means they will step all over your legs, then move to your stomach, and finally decide that sleeping directly on your neck is the only logical choice. They aren't trying to suffocate you, they are just trying to steal your body heat. They view you as a giant electric blanket that they don't even have to plug in. It is completely selfish, entirely logical, and undeniably cute. Moving on to reason number 4, the legendary midnight zoomies. If you are a cat parent, you have absolutely experienced this phenomenon. Everything is peaceful, and suddenly it sounds like a herd of wild horses is galloping through your hallway. Your cat goes from a dead sleep to sprinting at Mach 3 for absolutely no logical reason. And unfortunately, your bed and your body happen to be directly in the path of the racetrack. As we mentioned earlier, cats are crepuscular. When the sun starts to rise or set, their hunting instincts get turned up to maximum volume. Sometimes they just have an overwhelming surge of pent-up energy that they desperately need to release. In their minds, they are chasing down a gazelle on the African savannah, dodging trees and jumping over boulders. In reality, they are chasing a dust bunny, and you are the boulder. When they use your stomach as a springboard to launch themselves onto the windowsill, it is not personal. You are simply a very convenient, bouncy obstacle in their high-speed obstacle course. You have to admit, as annoying as it is to get a claw in the leg during a zoomie attack, it is also incredibly entertaining to watch them lose their minds over absolutely nothing. Just try to keep your toes tucked in safely under the blanket. Reason number 5 is a classic case of the pay attention to me syndrome. Think about your cat's day. If you work outside the home, or even if you are just busy working on your computer all day, your cat probably spends a solid 14 to 16 hours just sleeping. They nap on the sofa, they nap in the sunbeam, they nap in the empty Amazon box you left on the floor. By the time midnight rolls around, they are completely refreshed, wide awake, and incredibly bored. They do not have smartphones to scroll through, they do not have Netflix to watch, and they certainly cannot read a book. You are their primary source of entertainment. When they walk on you at night, stepping heavily on your chest and putting their wet nose directly against yours, they are protesting the fact that you have the audacity to sleep when they are ready to party. They are saying, "Hey, human! I have had my 15 hours of beauty sleep, and now it is time for you to entertain me. Look at me, tell me I am pretty. Throw the little crinkle ball." It is a demand for interaction. They simply cannot comprehend why you would want to lay there with your eyes closed when you could be marvelling at their magnificence. It is the ultimate display of cat ego, and we secretly love them for it. Here is reason number 6, And this one is actually a little bit sweet, even if it is completely irrational. Let's call it the pulse check. Cats are incredibly observant animals. They watch us all day long. They know our routines, our sounds, and our movements. When we go to sleep, our breathing slows down drastically, our heart rate drops, and we lie completely still for hours on end. To a highly alert predator, this state of deep sleep can actually look a lot like, well, death. Some animal behaviourists believe that when your cat comes up and walks softly over your chest, pausing to put their face near your mouth, they are actually checking to make sure you are still alive. It is a tiny, furry wellness check. They might paw at your face or step heavily on your stomach just to see if you will react, groan, or move. Once you mumble something in your sleep or shift your weight, they are satisfied. Ah, the large can opener is still functioning. Excellent. Then they will either go back to sleep or demand food. So if you wake up to your cat standing on your chest, looking deeply concerned, don't be mad. They might just be making sure their favourite human is still breathing. It is their slightly creepy, but deeply loving way of making sure you are okay. Reason number 7 brings us to the most adorable and sometimes painful nighttime behaviour. Making biscuits. We all know the kneading motion. Your cat walks onto your stomach or your thighs, purring like a rusty engine, and begins rhythmically pressing their paws into your flesh, extending and retracting their claws. Why do they do this while you are trying to sleep? This behaviour actually stems all the way back to their kittenhood. When tiny kittens nurse from their mother, they knead her belly to stimulate the flow of milk. It is a moment of pure comfort, safety, and warmth. As cats grow up, they carry this instinctual behaviour with them. When a cat is feeling extremely relaxed, safe and happy, they revert back to this kitten-like state. If your cat chooses to walk on you and start aggressively baking bread on your bladder at 2 a.m, it is the ultimate compliment. They associate you with the safety and love of their mother. They are completely relaxed in your presence. Yes, it feels like tiny needles are piercing your skin through the pyjamas. And yes, it usually happens when you really need to go to the bathroom, but you have to push through the pain. You cannot interrupt the biscuit maker. It is a pure expression of feline love. Coming in at number 8, we have the security blanket effect. While cats are predators, they are also relatively small animals, which means in the wild, they are also prey. A sleeping animal is a vulnerable animal. When a cat sleeps, their defences are completely down. Instinctively, they know that there is safety in numbers. Even though they act like independent, tough little tigers all day long, when the lights go out, they want to feel protected. By walking onto your body and settling down against your legs or your chest, they are using you as a giant shield. You are massive compared to them. Nothing is going to attack them while they are resting on top of the giant, powerful human. They trust you to be their bodyguard. This is why they often sleep with their backs pressed firmly against you. It protects their blind spot while they keep an eye on the door. So, when your cat disrupts your sleep by stepping all over you until they find the perfect spot to lean against, they're showing immense vulnerability and trust. They feel safe with you. You are their fortress, their protector, and their safe haven in the dark. It is a beautiful bond, assuming you don't roll over and squish them. Reason number 9, the high vantage point. Have you ever noticed that cats love to be up high? They love sitting on top of the refrigerator, on the very highest shelf of the bookcase, or on the top tier of their expensive cat tree. Being elevated gives them a distinct tactical advantage. It allows them to survey their entire territory, spot potential prey like spiders or lasers, and keep an eye out for any incoming threats. Now, apply this logic to your bedroom. When you are lying flat in bed, you might think you are just resting, but to your cat, your body creates a newly formed landscape. Your hip is a hill, your shoulder is a cliff, and your side is a mountain ridge. When your cat walks along your side or stands on your hip, they are literally using you as an observation tower. Mount Human provides the perfect elevated vantage point to stare into the dark corners of the bedroom and make sure no invisible monsters are intruding. They aren't trying to hurt you. They are just utilizing the available topography. You are a piece of living furniture that gives them a better view of the room. It is highly practical from a feline perspective, even if it leaves you with tiny paw prints all over your pajamas. Reason number 10 is all about the texture preference. Cats are incredibly tactile creatures. They are very particular about what they touch and where they step. Think about it. They have highly sensitive nerve endings in their paw pads. If they have a choice between walking on a cold, hardwood floor or walking on a soft, plush, fluffy duvet cover that happens to have a warm human underneath it, which do you think they will choose? Exactly. You have inadvertently created the most luxurious walking path in the house. When your cat walks across you in the middle of the night, they might simply be choosing the premium route from the window to the door. Why walk on the rug when they can walk on a cloud? Sometimes they will even stop and meticulously test the texture of your blanket before deciding to lay down. They will step, pause, ensuring the thread count meets their royal standards. They do not care that there are human legs under that blanket. They just know that the surface is magnificent. It is like us choosing to walk on a plush carpet instead of cold tile. Your bed is a 5-star resort and your body is just part of the luxury amenities. Here is reason number 11. The "you stole my spot" protest. If there is one thing you must understand about cats, it is that they are creatures of intense habit and routine. They thrive on predictability. Your cat likely has a mental map of exactly where they are supposed to sleep at every specific hour of the day and night. The problem arises when your schedule conflicts with their schedule. Let's say your cat usually sleeps exactly in the center of the bed from midnight to 4 a.m. But tonight you tossed and turned, and you ended up sprawled out, occupying their designated zone. When your cat jumps onto the bed and finds you in their spot, they are not just going to politely sleep on the floor. Oh no, they are going to walk directly over you, stepping as heavily as possible to send a clear message. It is a physical protest. They will pace back and forth over your shins or your chest, huffing and sighing, until you get the hint and move over. They are essentially evicting you from your own bed. It is a battle of wills, and let's be real, the cat always wins. You will eventually curl up into a tiny, uncomfortable ball at the very edge of the mattress, leaving the entire middle open for the true master of the house. Reason number 12 is a little bit heartbreaking. Micro-separation anxiety. We often think of dogs as the pets who get separation anxiety, while cats are viewed as aloof and independent. But science and cat owners know the truth. Cats form incredibly deep, intense attachments to their humans. When you are asleep, you are fundamentally unavailable to them. You are not petting them, you are not talking to them, and you are not making eye contact. To a cat who deeply loves you, 8 hours is a very long time to be ignored. Some cats experience a mild form of separation anxiety when their owners go to sleep. When they walk on you, nudge your face with their nose, or stand on your chest in the dark, they are just seeking reassurance. They want to reconnect. They miss you. They need that physical touch to feel grounded and secure again. A quick stroke behind the ears or a gentle word from you is often enough to calm their anxiety and let them know that the bond is still strong, even when you are unconscious. So, if your cat is being exceptionally clingy and walking all over you at 4 a.m., try not to get angry. They just love you so much that they cannot bear to be separated from you, even by sleep. Reason number 13 is purely practical, and it is a warning sign you should never ignore. The dirty litter box protest. Cats are obsessively clean animals. They spend a huge portion of their waking hours grooming themselves, and they expect their bathroom to be equally pristine. If you forgot to scoop the litter box before you went to bed, or if you changed the brand of litter to something they hate, your cat is going to be extremely distressed. When they are upset about their bathroom situation, they will often seek out their human to file a formal complaint. And how do they do that? By walking all over you while you sleep, meowing loudly, and acting generally agitated. They are trying to wake you up to fix the problem. If your cat is pacing on your chest, walking back and forth, and refusing to settle down. They might be trying to tell you that there is a crisis in the bathroom. They know that you're the ultimate problem solver, the keeper of the clean litter. If you ignore this midnight pacing, they might just decide to find a cleaner spot to do their business, like your laundry basket, or worse, the foot of your bed. So, if the walking is accompanied by panicked meows, you better get up and grab the scooper. Number 14 is what I like to call the Timmy in the well syndrome, or the follow me command. Sometimes your cat isn't walking on you because they want to stay there. They are walking on you to get your attention so you will follow them somewhere else. Cats are excellent communicators, and when vocalizations don't work because you are deeply asleep, they use physical touch. If your cat walks on you, gently nips your elbow, and then jumps off the bed and looks back at you, they are trying to lead you somewhere. Maybe they saw a massive bug in the hallway and they need backup. Maybe their favourite toy rolled under the refrigerator and they need the tall human to retrieve it. Or maybe they just heard a strange noise by the front door and they want you to investigate. When they step on you, it is a deliberate disruption to wake you up, followed by a guiding action. They view you as a partner in their midnight adventures. They rely on your height, your thumbs, and your bravery to solve whatever pressing issue has occurred in the living room at 2:30 a.m. It is a sign of trust that they come to you for help, even if the emergency is just a moth banging against the window. Reason number 15 is an important one, especially for older cats: age and health factors. As our beloved cats get older, their behaviour can change drastically. If a cat who never used to walk on you at night suddenly starts doing it, it could be a sign of an underlying medical issue. Conditions like hypothyroidism can cause older cats to become restless, incredibly hungry, and vocal at night, leading them to pace all over your bed. Similarly, feline cognitive dysfunction, which is essentially dementia for cats, can cause them to become confused and disoriented in the dark. They might walk on you because they are lost in their own house and you are the only familiar, comforting anchor they can find. Arthritis can also play a role. They might be walking carefully over soft surfaces like your bed and your body because the hard floors hurt their joints. If your senior cat is suddenly using you as a midnight walking path, accompanied by loud yowling or confusion, it is definitely not just them being annoying. It is a clear sign that they need a little extra grace, a lot of comfort, and probably a trip to the vet to make sure they are not in pain. Let's lighten the mood with reason number 16, the playbow and hunt. We all know that under the blankets, human bodies do unpredictable things. We twitch, we shift, and most importantly, we move our toes. To a wide-awake cat sitting at the foot of the bed, a moving toe under a blanket does not look like a human body part. It looks exactly like a mouse scurrying under the dirt. It is irresistible prey. When your cat walks on you at night, stepping very carefully and slowly, they might be stalking those mysterious blanket mice. They will tiptoe up your legs, eyes dilated to maximum capacity, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And when you finally move your foot in your sleep, bam! They pounce, digging their claws into your calf. It is a terrifying way to wake up, but from the cat's perspective, they just executed the perfect hunt. You are simply the hunting ground, and your restless leg syndrome is providing the best interactive toy they have ever seen. They walk on you because they are trying to get the best angle to attack the blanket monster. It is annoying, yes, but it is also a testament to their incredibly sharp predatory instincts. Reason number 17 is all about establishing hierarchy. Who is the real boss in your house? Spoiler alert, it is not you. In the animal kingdom, physical positioning is a major indicator of status and dominance. The animal that holds the higher physical ground is often asserting their dominance over the lower animal. When your cat intentionally walks on top of you, especially if they stop and stand squarely on your chest, looking down at your face, they are reminding you of the pecking order. They are literally placing themselves above you. It is a subtle power play. They are saying, "I love you, giant hairless kitten, but do not forget who runs this establishment." This behaviour is often seen in multi-cat households, where cats are constantly negotiating their status with each other and with their humans. By standing on you, they assert their ownership over the prime real estate and over you. They are the king or queen of the castle, and you are simply their loyal subject, lying prostrate in your pyjamas. You can gently push them off, but they will probably just come right back, because true royalty never takes no for an answer. Coming in at number 18 is the most unapologetic and hilarious reason: the accidental shortcut. We humans like to think that everything our pets do is deeply connected to us. We think they walk on us because they love us, or because they need something, or because they are communicating a profound emotional state. But sometimes the truth is completely blunt. You are just in the way. Cats are masters of efficiency when it comes to getting from point A to point B. If point A is the windowsill where they were watching moths, and point B is the doorway to the kitchen, the fastest, most direct route might just be a straight line directly across your sleeping body. They don't walk around the bed because that takes extra effort. They just plough right over your torso, stepping on your ribs, completely unfazed by your groans of pain. It is nothing personal. You are not a human to them in that specific moment. You are simply an obstacle on the map. You are a speed bump on the highway of their life. It is hilarious because of how little they care about your comfort. They have places to be, things to do, and your sleeping body is just collateral damage. Reason number 19 is truly magical: the purr therapy. Did you know that a cat's purr has scientifically proven healing properties? The frequency of a cat's purr, which ranges between 25 and 140 Hz, has been shown to lower stress, decrease blood pressure, and even promote the healing of bones and tissues in humans. Cats instinctively know the power of their purr. Sometimes your cat will walk onto your chest in the middle of the night, lie down heavily, and start purring like a chainsaw. They might do this if they sense that you are restless, stressed, or having a bad dream. They are incredibly empathetic creatures. They can smell changes in our sweat and hear changes in our heart rate. When they walk on you and activate that purr motor, they are actually trying to heal you. They are applying a specialized feline vibrational therapy to calm your nervous system. It is their way of saying, "You seem stressed, human. Let me fix you with my magical vibrations." It is one of the most incredible loving things a pet can do. Even if their weight makes it slightly hard to breathe, their intentions are purely therapeutic and full of love. And finally, reason number 20, the most important one of all: pure, unadulterated love. At the end of the day, all the instincts, all the territory marking, and all the zoomies boil down to one simple fact. Your cat walks on you because they love you. In a house full of soft sofas, warm carpets, and expensive cat beds that you spent way too much money on, they actively choose you. They want to be as physically close to you as possible. When they step on you at night, they are seeking connection. They are seeking the comfort of your heartbeat, the smell of your skin, and the safety of your presence. It is their clumsy, sometimes heavy-footed way of showing affection. We often joke that cats are cold or indifferent, but anyone who has ever woken up to a cat sleeping heavily on their chest knows that is a lie. They love us fiercely. They consider us their family, their parents, and their best friends. So the next time you get a paw to the face at 3 a.m. or a heavy potato steps on your stomach, try not to get too mad. Take a deep breath, give them a gentle pet, and realise how incredibly lucky you are to be loved by a cat. And there you have it, friends. 20 completely logical, sometimes hilarious, and absolutely heartwarming reasons why your cat uses you as a nighttime walking path. From demanding an early breakfast and hunting blanket monsters, to checking your pulse and claiming you as their territory, you now know exactly what is going on inside that mysterious, fluffy head. The truth is, despite the sleep deprivation, the accidental scratches, and the heavy paws on our bladders, we wouldn't trade these moments for the world. Our cats are our family, and if being their personal trampoline is the price we pay for their unconditional love, We will gladly pay it every single night. If your cat is totally guilty of the 3 a.m. midnight march, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our feline deep dives. And share this video with a fellow cat parent who is probably watching this with dark circles under their eyes. Before you go, I have one final question for you. What is the absolute weirdest place your cat has ever decided to fall asleep on you? Your face? Your feet? Tell me in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Give your kitties a chin scratch for me, and I will see you in the next video.